In the city of Shibam, Yemen, there was a famous merchant named Qasim bin Ibrahim, also known as Abu at-Tijar. He was very successful, and one day was special for him. It was the day he was sending his son, Abdullah, on his first trading journey. Early in the morning he called Abdullah, gave him 100 dinars and said, "Son, this is the start of your journey. These are not just 100 dinars, this is your first life test. Spend wisely and always stay honest." Abdullah, eager to explore the world, happily took the money and headed to the market. It was his first time being part of such a large crowd. There were shops and people everywhere, and shopkeepers were praising their goods. As he walked further, something strange caught his eye. At a crossroads, some men had hanged a dead body and were hitting it with sticks. Shocked, Abdullah rushed to them and asked, "Why are you hurting a dead man? What is this cruelty?" An old man turned to him and explained, "This man owed us 100 dinars, but died before repaying his debt. He has no family to pay it, so we do this hoping passers-by will feel pity and give us money until the debt is paid. Only then will we bury him." Abdullah's heart softened. Without hesitation he handed over his 100 dinars and said, "Take this and let him rest in peace." The men were surprised, but quickly took down the body and buried it. Abdullah felt a strange sense of peace and returned home. He told his father the whole story. His father smiled, gave him another 100 dinars, and sent him back to the market. This time Abdullah bought goods and joined a caravan to travel. As they left the city, he began to wonder, "If I face trouble, will these people help me or leave me behind?" He decided to test them. He borrowed a jar from one of the travelers, pretending he needed to fill it with water from a nearby pond, but instead he sat under a tree to watch. Soon the caravan moved on without waiting for him. Abdullah realized that if something happened to him, they would never come back for him. He returned to the city, disappointed. A few days later, he decided to try again, hoping for a better experience. He prepared his things and joined another caravan, but once again they left without him. On his third attempt, something different happened. When Abdullah stayed behind as usual, his fellow travelers noticed his absence. They immediately stopped, worried, and returned to look for him. When they found him, Abdullah felt a deep sense of relief. "These people are my true companions, and I can trust them," he thought. One evening, as the caravan set up camp for the night, a young man appeared from the desert. He looked brave and confident and approached Abdullah, asking, "I'm a traveler. May I join your caravan for a few days?" Abdullah agreed. The young man then added, "If you are a merchant, you must need a servant. Would you like me to serve you?" Abdullah, surprised, said, "Yes. If you wish to be my servant, you are welcome. What can you do?" The young man confidently said, "Let me take care of guarding the caravan every night. I promise to keep it safe, but I have one condition. Whatever I do, don't ask any questions or interfere." Though puzzled, Abdullah and the others agreed. From then on, the young man guarded the caravan every night. He protected them from wild animals, and over time, Abdullah wondered more about this mysterious person. Who is he? Why did he make such a strange promise? One night, the caravan stopped near a jungle. The young servant was on watch when he saw a fire in the distance. It was coming from a group of bandits planning a robbery. The servant didn't panic. Instead, he quietly approached the group, listened to their plans, and then boldly walked up to them. "Who are you?" a bandit asked. "I am a thief too. Let me join you," the servant replied fearlessly. The bandits laughed and welcomed him. The servant then said, "Why rob a poor caravan? Let's steal from the king's treasure. I can climb the highest walls." Excited, the bandits agreed. They followed him to the king's palace. The servant climbed the tall walls, threw a rope down for the others, and as each bandit climbed up, he silently killed them one by one. Finally, he killed their leader. After hiding the bodies, the servant noticed a deadly snake near the king's throne. Without hesitation, he killed the snake too. He then left a mark on the king's leg to prove he had been there and returned to the caravan where everyone was still asleep. The next morning, the king found the bodies in his treasury and the dead snake. Shocked, he announced that anyone who could explain what happened would receive a great reward. Many came forward with stories, but none satisfied the king. Eventually, the king's advisor suggested that perhaps a nearby caravan might know something. When the king's men reached the caravan, Abdullah's servant stepped forward saying, "My master knows everything." Abdullah was stunned, but remembered his promise not to ask questions. Together, they went to the king, where the servant revealed the entire story. The king, impressed, asked what reward they wanted. The servant humbly replied, "My master deserves the reward." The king gave Abdullah a chest of gold and jewels. On their way back, Abdullah finally asked his servant, "Who are you? Why have you helped me so much?" The servant smiled and said, "You don't know me, but I know you. A while ago you paid a man's debt and buried him with dignity. I have repaid that favor, but now my time here is over, and I must go." With that, the servant vanished as mysteriously as he had appeared. Abdullah was left in awe, realizing that good deeds never go unrewarded, and that kindness always finds a way back to you. Hope you enjoyed this story. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more stories.